What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. And on the bottom of your screen by now, you should see some words and things. So if you want to help to support the channel, just follow what those words and things say. I do have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001, where I've been selling loose sports cards and various other items. You guys and gals have been cleaning me out. My goodness. And thanks to your support, look what I found out in the wild. 8 of these at retail. Oh, but I'm so tempted to open them right now. But we'll save the 8 of these for another time. Plus, I still got 10 hanger boxes left to break. All of this I found at Barnes & Noble. Not sponsored, by the way. I did upgrade my membership because, man, my Barnes & Noble, they have been hot lately. Yeah, all my other spots where I get my sports cards from dried up. But, man, when I saw those yesterday, I went ballistic. I literally browbeat them to let me clean out what they had. And the girl got the approval for me. So, 8 boxes at retail at $49.99, which that's what they're supposed to cost. Not $79, not $89, and certainly not $109. $49.99 plus tax, and I got 8 of them. So it ran me like $400 and change to get these. But we're not here to talk about those boxes. We'll break those boxes at another time. Because I want to take a little bit of a break from talking about sports cards for a while. Again, if you want to help support the channel and you're looking to pick up some sports cards, click on the link in the description box below, and it'll take you right to my eBay store. I want to get into some Christmas pop culture. Underneath my Christmas tree, I happen to have Holiday Optimus Prime with his candy cane blaster. The new girlfriend bought me a little Santa Claus and a Mrs. Claus. I did pick up a manger with the baby Jesus because you got to be traditional. And of course, you got to have a Turbo Man doll. I got my Turbo Man under there. Come on. And I also got a plush Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and she bought a gigantic snowman that you could barely see because of my work table in my living room. But I love pop culture stuff for Christmas. I saw this online. I had to get it. Now, unfortunately, you know, when you're buying stuff off of third parties, you know, expect the price to be a little inflated. I really wasn't looking to pay the price I paid for this. I think I paid like twice retails for $15.98. You figure with tax, it'd be like $17 or whatever it is. So, but I saw this. I couldn't resist. I ended up tracking down 2 sets of these, one for myself and one will be a giveaway, probably to my girlfriend or my best buddy. Most likely it'll go to the new girl because she's been so sweet. She was over at some party last night, catering for them and setting stuff up for a whole bunch of kids. And she had a good time. She deserves it. You know, she works hard. But anyway, yeah, she decorated my tree. Actually, she bought this big tree, which I've showed off on the channel. Like, that's just amazing. And you don't find many women that do things like that for their men. So, you know, most likely that second set will go to her. I actually went Christmas shopping yesterday to find, all of a sudden I found those in my travels. I'm so happy I got them. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about this. So I thought this was a pretty cool set. I love Christmas pop culture. I do have some stuff off camera and stuff I ordered that I hope comes before Christmas that is just really cool. But if there's one staple to Christmas lore, that is the Grinch. So I saw these little figurines, and because I do have some pop culture stuff underneath my tree besides a manger and the baby Jesus, I had to have something with the Grinch. Again, I did not want to pay, you know, a third party more than retail for this thing, but I thought this was awesome. I don't even know if I want to take these out because when you look at it like this, I mean, what a beautiful diorama this is by itself without having to remove the figures. And the figures are still attached to it with those plastic ties and whatnot. But I'm not sure if I want to keep it in a box like this or just leave them. But they're really cool little figurines. I highly recommend, if you want to decorate your tree, I definitely recommend these. These are really cool. So you got the lopsided Whoville Christmas tree right there. You know, you got the mom, the dad, and you got the little girl there. I don't know if they had names. I don't remember. I'm actually looking at the box right now. No, I don't see any names on there. Obviously, you got the Grinch and his dog, the gullible dog that just does whatever the Grinch says. And you got the mean one, Mr. Grinch. Really, really nice set. Really nice pop culture deco for any Christmas tree. If you have like a little tabletop one, or you know what, let's get these guys out of there. Plastic prison, why not? So let me see here. Of course, I don't have my scissors nearby, do I? I do this every video. I don't prepare. You guys know I don't script my videos. Fortunately, the scissors are right here. So let's free these figurines. Why not? They're toys. They're meant to be played with and displayed, not to be kept in boxes and all that sort of thing. I'm not an inbox collector, at least not anymore. Let me see here. What can we do with Mama here? Okay. There we go. 2 down, 4 to go. I might even put these outside, because out on my patio, I actually have a tabletop Christmas tree. I just put some more decorations up, as a matter of fact, on my window, as far as those static cling window decorations. And I also bought from my car a set of antlers and a red nose from Party City, which I thought was cool. I see a lot of people driving around with them. Well, then again, this is the Deep South. This isn't like the criminal, radical, fascist, socialist, leftist, communist, Marxist, hashtag MeToo, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, anti-white, anti-family, anti-parent, anti-police, anti-Trump, bedbug-infested crime-ridden regime of the COVID concentration camp for illegal immigrant refugee camp, pro-pedophile, pro-diddler, pro-groomer city of New York, which is my former home, because, well, they don't believe in Christmas. Even though they have the Rockefeller Center tree, the only reason why they have that is to milk the tourists of their money, because they have to pay people who don't belong here to stay in hotels. And welfare mamas. But anyway, so look at that. That is gorgeous. I love this little set. I mean, anything pop culture related to Christmas, I am a sucker for. I actually have probably one of the most iconic items from a certain Christmas movie that you can possibly get your hands on, even though it's a retro reissue. I actually seen a gun from the period sell recently, I think for like $300 or something like that. But I was able to get a retro replica of the exact same gun for like $40, $50, something like that. But anyway, we'll take a look at the lopsided Christmas tree here. And it's kind of cool because it has this hollow base on it. So it's pretty, oops, I was just about to say it was pretty steady. Well, I wasn't intending on knocking over the little girl with the tree. But anyway, kids, be careful of lopsided trees. Just having a little fun here, folks. It is Christmas. Have some fun. Have some fun, folks. You got the lopsided Whoville Christmas tree, and then, of course, we got the Who's themselves. You got, you know, the little baby Who right here. And we got Mom and Dad gathering around the Christmas tree. Mom and Dad Who, I'm sure they got names. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. Then you got the gullible dog that put up with all of the Grinch's crap. And then we got the man of the hour himself, the Grinch. He's got that really, really, really snarky smile. But it's a story of redemption. It's a great story, you know, when you have things that go on and you redeem yourself through kindness and forgiveness from others. It's a really, really good classical story. It's something that Gen X should learn, and certain people out there should learn. Learn how to forgive and forget. It's a great, great classical story from the one and only Dr. Seuss. I read the books as a kid. You know, my mom bought me a whole collection of them. It's a real shame these days that a lot of cartoons in pop culture, unfortunately, has a lot of social justice feces smeared all over it. But the story of the Grinch, like many others, is timeless. It's a classic cartoon. I still watch it to this day. As a matter of fact, I have a whole itinerary of Christmas cartoons and movies on my computer that I watch quite frequently when the holidays come around. But the Grinch, you have to watch the Grinch. It's just one of those things, like A Christmas Story, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, all of that sort of stuff. Old classics never die. Even though the who pronoun freaks want you to not enjoy yourself because they didn't give themselves enough credit to improve upon their lives. They want to blame everyone for their failures. You know, as of myself, hey man, I was homeless for a year living out of my car. I've been fighting the federal government for years, and I have succeeded in that, with 2 out of my 3 cases being settled because of certain activities I did in 2001. I think we all know what that is. I'm not going to get into it. But after all the hardships that I went through, I, for one, appreciate what it is to be redeemed. Even when nobody wants to redeem you, you have to redeem yourself. You have to give yourself more credit than what you're due. And don't expect to get it from anyone. You have to do it yourself sometimes. You know, and the results are you'll find amazing friends. Your family will eventually come and find you. Like my family, even though they're all dysfunctional. I know I'm kind of getting into personal stuff here, but we're dysfunctional, but at least we're talking with each other again. We haven't spoken years, and, you know, we've finally seen eye to eye on a lot of stuff. All the misunderstandings we had have been solved. But if you're not willing to forgive and forget, then you're the problem. But, you know, if you're one of these Christmas hating people, give yourself more credit than what you let up. I know times are tough for a lot of people. Hey, man, my dad used to clean bars and stuff like that just to make a little extra money when he got laid off from a very good union job. Anybody in New York City who worked during that time in the early 80s, late 90s will know that the bottom dropped out. My union merged with 2 other unions in New York City. Times were very tough, so I went through hard times as a kid, you know, and so did my brother and my sister as a result. And now as a grown adult, you appreciate that kind of stuff these days. Take nothing for granted. Nothing is trivial. And that's what figurines like this remind me of. It's not just pop culture. It's just the lessons that are learned within things like this that have taught me you have every right to be redeemed. You have every right to be happy. Even if this was the only thing I had, like if my girlfriend, my new girlfriend, I should say, didn't buy me that Christmas tree and this is all I had, well, that's all I have. That's what was meant for me. That's what God wants for me. You know, I'm not trying to push my religious beliefs on anyone, but hey, that would be my Christmas tree, and I would have to be grateful for that. Give yourself a chance, folks. Give yourself, you know, a pat on the back once in a while. You have every right to be happy. And nothing is trivial. So I know I kind of went into like my, excuse me, I went into my personal stuff here a little bit, but, you know, it's Christmas time, man. It's a time to reflect. It's a time to, you know, at least break the ice, you know, with old companions, you know, that you lost contact with, or family that, you know, you had arguments with. And, you know, the Grinch, you know, he had his trials and tribulations and whatnot. And then all of a sudden he saw how kind the people were, even though he stole everybody's toys and tossed the toys, or tried to toss them toys off a mountain. Even though there were no Christmas gifts, the people still got together in Whoville, held hands, and were singing Christmas carols, and that warmed his heart. He's like, how's that possible? Because it's not about the things and material possession. It's about friends and family and coming together just to appreciate one another, and that you're grateful to have the person standing next to you or sitting with you in your life. That's what stuff like this teaches me. So I'm going to place these under my tree. I know I went into a little bit of a philosophical and emotional conversation here, but it is Christmas time, folks. And I'm very, very happy to have these little figurines. I'm going to put these around the baby Jesus. So anyway, everyone, take care. I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, check out my eBay store, where, again, I'm selling loose sports cards And oh, don't worry, we're going to be opening these very soon, folks. See you around. Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.